everyone doing today? Welcome back to our 3K to 25K count challenge. Today we had a good one. BYND. I hate this stock. I'll be honest. It's really been bothering me because it's really doing phenomenal things. It's so much buying pressure. It's so expensive to short this stock, and there is no sellers. Like, sellers are not in control, so this stock is literally just running, short squeezing all the sellers out, and it's continuing to run. So they lost earnings, and I'm gonna start off with BYND. I made $845 on that today. I don't know if I got lucky or what, but BYND is just, it's a killer. Let's see, let's switch to that. So right now I'm on the 4-hour chart. What did I see here? So on the 4-hour chart, matter of fact, let's go on the daily chart. So BYND made a high of 239. What I seen here was, I know earnings was coming up. Now me, I don't play earnings. We all know I don't play earnings. So I was basically waiting for earnings to be done so I can take a long-term short position. I wanted to bet that this stock would go down. This stock is highly overvalued. It is not worth $240. This stock recently IPO'd, if not 3 months ago, and literally IPO'd for $25. So that means in 3 months it went from $25 to $240 in earnings per share. And it's just not worth it, right? So let me show you the setup. Let me show you exactly what I was thinking. Seeing BYND rising to this high. Earnings is this next day right here. What happens? They fail earnings. They missed, right? They lost. So let's go to the 5-minute chart real quickly. What happens here? Boom, earnings hit. We get this big dip here. So it dips all the way from 233 all the way down to 190. So I'm like, oh my God, I should have shorted it from up here, but I was afraid that earnings, they probably would have possibly won. I don't know how, but they would have beat earnings and it would have broke 245 and it would have kept running. And then I found myself to be a long-term trader. But they lost earnings. It broke down. But look at this magic. Look, like, this is what I'm talking about with the stock. So it opens right here. My thought pattern is I am going to play puts 180 strike price. So 180 is down here. Let me just show you guys real quick. 180 is about at this level here. Boom. So I'm basically thinking, all right, I see this push back up to 200. Cool. I actually got in at a it was kind of a bad entry. I got in around the 193 level. I seen the push up early, 5-minute candle, and then I seen, the selling power coming in, basically breaking halfway through that initial bullish candle. So I'm thinking, all right, this is it. This is as far as BYND is gonna go, and then it's gonna start dipping again. Why? Because they lost earnings. That's my catalyst. That's my reason, right? So I'm expecting this to continue dipping, and it doesn't. It basically hits this little hammer right here, goes back up, retests 200, right? Then I get this long pin, this long gravestone doji over here. So I'm confident. I'm like, yeah, gravestone doji. Now we're gonna head back down. Nope. Consolidation. Boom, breaks through 200, and now we're all the way back at 215. Now this is the previous close of the previous day. This line right here. So can you imagine my heart when I seen this? I literally seen this stock reaching the previous close of the previous day after losing earnings. This stock is just sending me crazy. So I basically held my position. I had about a 3-week expiration, so I didn't I didn't have much fear. I guess my biggest fear was BYND retesting the high at 245 somehow, some way, and filling this gap, filling that earnings gap right away. That was probably my biggest fear. But I had in mind that it was going to go down. Held it for another day, consolidated around the 200 level, and closed on 195 the next day. Now today came about, and today was the day. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you had some of the initial investors. They basically scheduled for a second round, or round 2. Some of the initial investors copped out, sold their shares for $160 per share. And that basically brought the stock price all the way down, because that shows that even those investors don't believe that the stock should be this high. They don't believe that it's worth this much. So what I did was, I wasn't playing no games. I didn't want to leave it up to, it deciding to bounce all the way back up again for some odd reason. I took my profit. I took my profit at open, as it opens around 170, 171, and that basically already had me up $845. Now, of course, that you could call it luck. I was in it for the swing. It wasn't a scalp. It wasn't a quick play. So I thought that it was probably going to take a little bit of time to go under 180. I was even hoping to hold it even longer than that. I possibly could have held it longer. As you can see, it basically bounced off of 182 and then, fell all the way back down to the 170, 174 level. And probably tomorrow this would go even lower. It's probably tomorrow this would find itself under the 170 level. I could have probably been up more, especially having a 3-week expiration. But at this point, when working a small account, like I say, just take what you can get. Take the profits as soon as they come. So let's move on to our next stock, which is Netflix. Netflix, I actually took a loss on this. I cut this loss. I took this Netflix play actually back. I've been holding this Netflix play for quite some time now, trying to see if it could break the 330 level. And it's had a lot of trouble breaking that 330 level. As you can see, it went to 337. I was actually up. This is an update on that same play. I was up about $200. Broke down, fell all the way back to the 330 level. Couldn't hold. Fell back below the 330 level. Then next day came back above. So right now I was really planning on holding this for at least 2 weeks to see if Netflix would recover. But what I see here, I kind of see the downtrend. I kind of see the lower highs, the lower lows being created. I didn't want to stick around that long. I didn't want my theta to eat away my premium, and then at the last minute I'm trying to play catch up. Then all this stuff going on with Trump and China, and the Fed's only cutting by 0.25. I just felt like it's not a good play to stick around. So I cut my loss, and I just took the hit on that. And then we had our quick SPY scalp, which I also got out of the play very quickly. As soon as I seen that I was up $1,000, I took it, because like I said, I take profits. I don't play around with profits. And I wasn't at the computer. I was actually trading off my phone. So that's also a second reason why I was so quick to take my profits. But basically, Trump announced that he started threatening China, saying in September, we're going to slap them with $300 billion in tariffs against Chinese goods. And he basically went on in saying that they haven't been keeping their promises, such and such and such, and basically giving us a bad taste in our mouth when it comes to the trade war. And as you can see, it took a big hit. I got in all the way up at 340, basically. I got in all the way up here, and I took profit around 297, because this was a psychological level for me. This was the previous close of the previous day. I always see this as a support or resistance, a hard support, hard resistance level. But as you can see, if I just held on and stayed patient, I had a whole nother about $2-3 of profit possibly. Probably would have put me up another 1,000. I probably would have been up 2,000 change on this play if I played it patient. But I'm not mad. I don't regret it, because at the end of the day, you never know, right? This could have recovered real quickly. It could have, anything could have happened. I'm just okay that I came out of the situation green. So for the day, we made $1,700. Pretty solid day on our small account. But with the Netflix loss, the small account is still roughly up at 4,000 and change. So we've taken it from 3,000 to 4,000 within about a couple days, 1 week of trading. Let's see if we could take a couple of smarter plays. All the news this week kind of threw us off, threw the analysis off, and it was just, this was a bad week. This was a bad week, but at least, like I said, we came out green. We came out on top. So if you have any questions, like, comment, subscribe. I thank everyone for the support as usual, and I'll see you in the next video.